Remember when you were younger and you would think about all the things you would buy if you had an unlimited amount of money? Well, these celebs did just that.
Do you take American Express?
It's on the house.
You are too kind. That is so nice of you.
Kendall Jenner's couch. It's probably not the same for everyone, but a lot of us who decide to furnish our first apartments when we're young, we usually head to places like IKEA, Wayfair, or countless other affordable furniture stores. But one thing we have to remember is that Kendall Jenner is not the average person. By the time she was 21, not only had she bought a home, but she also bought a couch that costs more than a lot of new cars do. She decided to spruce up her home with a royal blue woven couch that was not only handmade, but required 4 people to work simultaneously on it for over a week. But this luxury purchase obviously didn't come cheap, as Kendall had to dish out a whopping $52,000 for it. I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty comfy. And for $52,000, I'd probably never get off the thing. Lady Gaga's Ghost Detector. No, your eyes and ears aren't deceiving you. This is Lady Gaga we're talking about. She's an artist who's known for her eccentric style and visual concepts for her projects. Not to mention that the woman literally came down the red carpet encased in an egg once, so it's not too far-fetched that some of her purchases would be a little out there. And it wasn't a random or spur-of-the-moment purchase either. Way back during Gaga's Monster Ball tour in 2010, a source told the Daily Star about a spiritual presence that had been named Ryan, and this presence left the pop sensation stunned. The source stated, "He hasn't been doing anything too violent or scary, but she's freaked out by his presence." So Gaga's solution? Drop $50,000 on a ghost detector. You couldn't pay us to make this up, but at the end of the day, it gives her the peace she needs. So if she likes it, we love it. Victoria Beckham's iPhone. Honestly, iPhones are already expensive enough, and it seems like every year a newer, more expensive iPhone makes its way from Apple's stores to our pockets. And this is the same case for Victoria Beckham, but on an entirely different level. We've seen celebrities splurge on custom clothing, makeup, cars, and an endless list of other material items. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you can afford it, do you, right? But a custom iPhone is definitely out there, especially in Victoria's case. Back in 2011, she was seen flaunting a new iPhone that looked nothing like the rest of Apple's lineup. That's because it was a Stuart Hughes luxury designer iPhone that contained 150 grams of 24-karat gold. And the value on that thing was over $30,000. I can tell you right now, if I had a phone worth that much money, I'd never let it out of my sight. Ye's toilets. If I'm gonna be honest, it would probably be a ton of fun to just list the expensive items that celebs bought and have you all guess how much they cost, because something about Ye's toilets just sounds hilarious to me. But I'll move on. While most of us settle for a toilet that's clean and functional, the same can't be said for Ye and Kim Kardashian. While the two may be separated now, they had no issues spending large sums of money to furnish their home. While the two were preparing to move into their $11 million Bel Air mansion, Ye had specific requirements for their bathroom. Specifically, they spent $750,000 on 4 matching gold-plated toilets. I'm no expert here, but I'm assuming that for that much money, using the bathroom has gotta feel like a spiritual experience if there ever was one. Celine Dion's humidifier. At this point, you'd think that we've seen enough insane celebrity purchases that we couldn't even be shocked by expensive phones, toilets, and humidifiers, but here we are. As we've seen from a lot of our favorite celebrities, maintaining appearances can be not only hard work and discipline, but a lot of money as well. And Celine Dion can probably attest to that, seeing as how she takes her skincare pretty seriously. She's booked multiple long-running Las Vegas residency performances, but the dry air and desert climate wouldn't exactly cut it with her skin's concerns. So she spent, and I kid you not, a whole $2 million for a humidifier. We didn't even know humidifiers could cost that much. Seriously, in preparation for this video, I checked Amazon, and those things all run for like under $100.
I want to wake up like this tomorrow.
Beyonce's Barbie for Blue Ivy. To be fair, kids' toys are very different and oftentimes much more expensive than they were when I was a kid. Those of us who are adults now didn't have pricey iPhones or iPads or countless items with JoJo Siwa's face plastered everywhere on them. But after seeing what Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z got their daughter Blue Ivy on her first birthday, I've been mistaken. Most of us would assume that Barbie dolls couldn't possibly cost as much as someone's entire college tuition, but leave it to Beyonce to prove us wrong. Before Blue could even talk, her parents gifted her with a custom $80,000 Barbie doll, complete with 160 diamond gems and white gold jewelry. When you have a net worth of over $300 million, the splurge was probably more than worth it. Paris Hilton's mansion for her dogs. You may have already noticed it from some of your favorite celebrities, but for some people, the richer they get, the smaller their pets get, and the more money they splurge on things for said pets. Insert Paris Hilton. As successful as she's been, we can't say that she only cares about material items for herself. She spoils her fur kids just as much, maybe more. While a lot of us have pets that are perfectly comfortable in their respective doggy beds, that simply won't do for Paris Hilton's pets. In fact, she had an entire dog mansion built for her little ones, coming in at over $300,000, which is more money than most human houses cost. Her dog mansion is complete with multiple levels and air conditioning. Jay-Z's horse. It's kind of funny. When you think about Jay-Z, there are probably a lot of things that come to mind, like the fact that he's one of the biggest artists in hip-hop, or that he's had other successful business ventures, or that his wife, Beyonce, is an actual goddess. But the term equestrian isn't exactly at the top of the list when you think about this world-renowned rapper. And technically he isn't, but that doesn't mean he can't sniff out a good investment when he sees one. Back in 2014, Jay-Z dropped a truly astonishing $55 million on California Chrome, a racehorse that had won the Kentucky Derby. Caring for and maintaining a racehorse is by no means a cheap endeavor, but when you've been in the game for as long as he has and have accumulated over 20 Grammys like he has, what's $55 million bucks? Bill Gates' historic notebooks. Leave it to the founder of Microsoft to not only have a deep interest in, but also to have possession of, old, historic readings. While a lot of us weren't even born yet when his revolutionary technology changed the game for personal computers, he's grown to become one of the richest men in the world. So it's not all that surprising that someone like Bill Gates would end up spending nearly $31 million for one of Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks, Codex Leicester, originally written over 500 years ago. They say you can't put a price on things like knowledge, but I disagree. According to Bill Gates, it's around $31 million. Madonna Water. Yep, water. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with making sure the water you're drinking is fresh and clean, but according to Madonna, it's probably going to be expensive too. For many of us, a simple Brita sink attachment or any other filtered water system would work perfectly fine. But in a video that details the incredibly expensive purchases that celebrities make, you can assume that's probably not going to be the case here. As it turns out, Madonna is a huge fan of Kabbalah water. Essentially, this is a specially blessed water and it costs around $5 a bottle. But Madonna likes it so much, she's happy to spend $10,000 a month for it. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that some of these items were things you could even purchase. But leave it to Hollywood's elite to prove that if you have enough money, there's literally nothing you can't buy. Let us know in the comments. Which celebrity purchase were you most surprised by? Be sure to also like the video and subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more videos just like this one.